Hello everyone. Here we are going to discuss the live test which was held from 3rd of July to 5th of July. So sorry for the slip of tongue. So yeah, we are going to discuss the test that was held from 3rd July to 5th of July. And what's the first question? The first question is, which of the following plant hormones is primarily responsible for promoting fruit ripening and triggering triple response in seedlings under stress conditions? Now guys, if someone is asking about the fruit ripening, see, in our body we have different types of hormones, right? So for example, if I talk about the body's growth, there's growth hormone which is there. If I talk about the emergency hormones, so there are adrenaline and noradrenaline, that is epinephrine and norepinephrine hormone. From where it is generated? They are generated from the adrenal gland which is above kidney. So the hormones which are present in our body, they are helping us out in different things, right? In the similar way, in the plants also there are several hormones which is helping them out. So first of all, if I talk about the fruit ripening, that fruit ripening is done by ethylene hormone. And guys, this question is also asked in a way, which of the following is a gaseous hormone? So yes, this ethylene is the gaseous hormone that is present in the plants that helps in the ripening of the fruits. Auxins, they are actually helpful in the growth. They help in the growth of the plants. Like we can talk about the elongation of the stems and all. Gibberellin, they are helping in the flowering of the plants, and also they help in breaking the dormancy, and that's very important. That helps in breaking the dormancy. So all right, it breaks dormancy of the plants. Then if I talk about the abscisic acid, what they are doing? So abscisic acid, they're also known as EBA acid hormones. So these are the ones that maintains the dormancy. So it keeps seeds in the dormant phase, right? So yes, the question was from the promoting the fruit ripening. So that is only and only option A. Ethylene helps in the fruit ripening. Fine. So that's done. What's the next question? So we will go with option number A here. The next question is about Asian beach games. Okay. So the question is, the Indian men's beach kabaddi team won gold medal after defeating the Islamic Republic of Iran in the final. No guys, that's not correct. The Indian women's beach kabaddi team successfully defended its title by defeating Sri Lanka in the final to win a sixth consecutive gold medal. That's absolutely correct. So yes guys, here this question is, which of the following given statement is all correct? So obviously only statement number 2 is correct. So we'll go with option number 2. So more about it. Here, the six-member Indian women's beach kabaddi team, led by Ritu, converted their slender 2018 lead at the halftime to beat Sri Lanka 47-31 for a sixth consecutive title in as many editions, right? At the last edition in 2016, India defeated Thailand in the final. Okay, so that's done. Next, what is the next question? The next question is, which 17th century musicological or treatise authored by Ahobala Pandit is regarded as a landmark work in Hindustani classical music and is noted for describing the placement of 12 swars on the veena. So is it Natya Shastra? Is it Brihadeshi? Is it Sangeeta? Or is it Sangeeta Ratnakar? So you have four options. Tell me what will be the correct answer. So guys, here the correct answer will be Sangeeta Parijat. That is option number C is the correct answer. Let me click on it. So yeah, option number C is the correct one. And here Sangeeta Parijita, composed by Ahobala Pandita in 17th century, is an important treatise on Hindustani classical music. It systematically discusses the rag, tal, and musical theory, which is particularly known for the explanation for explaining the positions of the 12 swars on the veena, making it influential in the later North Indian musicology. Okay, so that's done. Proceeding further, what is the next question? The next question is this. So guys, the questions from the this 5-year plans are again and again asked. So see, as we are aware of, the first 5-year plan was actually linked with the agricultural part. So the questions may be asked about the second 5-year plan, third 5-year plan. So it's about the fourth 5-year plan. that is from 1969 to 1974. The first option is, first statement is, it was based on the LNS Mane and Ashok Rudra model. That's the first point. Second is, a major thrust of the plan was the Green Revolution under the supervision of MS Swaminathan. Third one is, during this plan, the government nationalized 14 major banks in 1969 to improve the availability of the finance. So what do you think, guys? Which of the following option is correct? Now, since we are talking about the fourth 5-year plan, guys, all these statements that are mentioned here, they all are correct. There's nothing wrong in any of these statements. So we can go with option number A, but we need to go in detail also. So all these statements were correct as discussed. So here the fourth 5-year plan shifted the focus from rapid growth alone to self-reliance, stability and agricultural development, while major structural reforms such as banks, nationalization strengthened the role of the public sector in the economic development. Although the target growth rate was 5.7%, the economy achieved only 3.2%, a period often associated with the Hindu rate of growth. So here, yes, all the three statements that were mentioned here, they all were correct. Next is about colonial era. Okay, which of the following statements correctly describes Gothic revival, that is Victorian Gothic, architectural style introduced in Kolkata, that is Calcutta, during the British colonial era? So guys, at least try to answer, because see, these questions are the ones which are again and again asked in the examination, and whenever the questions are prepared for the live test, there's a lot of research that is done, and I have mentioned each and every explanation which will be relevant for examination. So let's try to answer this. What do you think is the correct answer? So the first statement is given, it is characterized by the high pitched roofs, pointed arches and intricate stone carvings, heavily influenced by the medieval European designs. As we need not go with the other options because option number A itself is correct. So, but we need to go in the detail. So I have explained everything here. Just have a look. So yes, option number A was correct. But if I talk about the example, so you can take the example of Kolkata High School, or you can take the example of St. Paul's Cathedral. Okay, Kolkata was the first of early laboratories for British imperial architecture in India, shifting from the classical neoclassical styles of early 19th century to the ornate Victorian Gothic style by late 19th century. So we need not go with other options. The first option itself was correct. Next is, which of the following his decisive victory at the Battle of Chausa in 1539, which ruler assumed the title of Shah, expanded his territory and laid the foundations of the Suri Empire? So guys, I'll give you the hint here and let's see who can give the answer. As the hint is, the option which is correct here, that particular person has built up GT Road. What is it? That's the Grand Trunk Road which connects Kashmir with the Kanyakumari. And I guess now you all can answer this. What is it? So guys, obviously the correct answer will be Sher Shah Suri. So Sher Shah Suri, that is option number C, is the correct answer. And the full name of this GT road is Grand Trunk Road. So yeah, so he was actually linked with the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. How? Let's have a look. So see here, Sher Shah Suri defeated Mughal Emperor Humayun at Chausa and later at Belgram, establishing the short-lived Suri dynasty in Delhi. So Sher Shah Suri is highly celebrated for his administrative reforms, including the standardization of the currency system and rebuilding the Grand Trunk highway network, which was later known as Grand Trunk Road. And also remember that the same road, which is the longest road, right? So that was connecting the Kashmir to Kanyakumari region. You must remember this. That's important. Okay, so that's done here. What's the next question? The next question is this. A lighted candle gets extinguished when covered with a tumbler because of dash. So guys, what do you think is the correct answer? Now guys, let's say I have lighted a this candle. So this lighting is possible because of the presence of oxygen. You all are aware of that, right? But guys, if I'll put a tumbler over here, then what will happen? By putting the tumbler, sir, this oxygen will not be there, and because oxygen will not be there, obviously, sir, it will stop burning. That is, here it is going to extinguish. So adequate supply of the air, no. So in the adequate supply of the air, it will burn, right? Presence of the non-luminous matter, no. Inadequate supply of the air would be the perfect answer. So what is the correct answer? Option number C is the perfect answer. But yes, fire needs oxygen to burn. When the tumbler covers the fire, it uses up all the oxygen which is there in that particular tumbler. Oxygen is colorless, odorless gas, essential for respiration in the living organism and is released during the photosynthesis by the green plants. So that's essential for the combustion. It's important for the respiration that we are breathing in, and it supports life, right? So it constitutes 21% of the Earth's atmosphere, and that's also used during photosynthesis. But, very important point. Guys, tell me one thing. In the air, that's 21%, and I agree with it, right? That's totally correct. But guys, the point is when you exhale, how much oxygen is released? Do you know? So while exhaling, guys, this is one of the most important question, and most of the students get confused because students think, so we inhale oxygen, we exhale carbon dioxide. That's not a correct phenomena. That's wrong basically, because you're inhaling all the gases that are present in the atmosphere. 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 0.03% carbon dioxide, and so on. So when you exhale out, the 16% of oxygen is actually exhaled. And you must remember this value. This is very important. When you exhale, it's 16% of the oxygen, 78% of the nitrogen is there, that's same, but the value of carbon dioxide actually increases in the exhaling part, and that's 4%. So that's all. Okay, so here the correct answer was option number C. So we have linked this chemistry with the bio section basically. Next, what is the next question? Next is uh, here. In geological sciences, the Morovigic discontinuity, commonly known as the MOHO, marks the spatial internal structure boundary separating which two layers of the Earth? Is it outer core and the inner core? Is it upper mantle and the lower mantle? Is it crust and the mantle? Or is it mantle and the outer core? What do you think? So this question is from the geography section. And guys, here, if I talk about this more, so this marks the specific internal structure boundary separating the crust and the mantle part. So yes, we can go with option number C here. So okay. So the depth of the moho varies significantly across the globe. It is shallowest beneath the ocean basins, which is approx 5 to 10 kilometers deep, and deepest beneath major continental mountain ranges, which can extend down to 70 kilometers. That seems that how it can be, but that's truth. Okay, next. The inaugural Asian Games, which marked a major milestone in post-colonial Asian sporting solidarity, were officially hosted in which city and which year? So guys, I'll give you the answer. Here, the main person who was here was our first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji. Now try to link the answer. Since we are talking about Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji, so it's just after our constitution was uh, accepted, right? And yes, we started following the constitution, and that year was 1951, and yes, it was in New Delhi, that is in India. Okay, so since it is important, I need to go in the detail as well. I will just discuss all those things. So the first ever Asian Games were held in New Delhi, India in March 1951. The event was officially opened by President Dr. Rajendra Prasad at the National Stadium, bringing together nearly 500 athletes from 11 Asian nations. Okay, so Tokyo actually hosted the third edition of the Asian Games in 1958, not the opening event. Bangkok hosted the Asian Games multiple times later in the 20th century, beginning in 1966, and Jakarta hosted the fourth Asian Games in 1962. So that's the point. So Manoj is saying something. Yeah. Good afternoon, Manoj. How are you? So I guess this point is clear. So the creation of the games was driven by the sports administrator like Gurudutt Sondhi and supported by the PM at that time, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who proposed the official motto of the games ever onwards. So yep, that's done. So it was New Delhi in 1951. I guess that much detailing is enough. Next. So these are the two statements that are given. So read the following statements carefully and choose the correct option regarding assertion and reason. Assertion is given. The central government cannot unilaterally pass any decision with GST, that is Goods and Services Tax, council meetings without securing the support of state governments. That's option number A, sorry, state assertion. Then we have reasoned that every decision of the GST council requires 3/4, that is 75% majority vote of the members present and voting, where the central government holds a 1/3 voting weight and all state governments combined holds the remaining 2/3 voting weight. So guys, what do you think should be the correct answer? So guys, here we can see that both these statements are correct, and also here R is the correct explanation of A. So I'll go with option number A. So that's from the polity section, and you must remember this because it's from the Article 279A. So under Article 279A of the Constitution, decisions in the GST Council require 75% majority vote, and all the things that were mentioned in the question, that was correct, right? Next, what's the next question? But yes, the important point is here that is under Article 279A. Next, the Bharat Vistar platform launched by the Government of India in phase first of the 2026 is primarily designed to dash. So guys, two things. If some launches are done, or if there are some yojanas, please do not miss them. You will surely find them in the examination in one way or the another. So here's the one of the example. So here Manoj is going with option number A. The Bharat Vistar platform, which was launched by Government of India in phase 1 of the 2026, is primarily designed to provide the AI powered multilingual voice first digital agricultural advisory and support services to the farmers. Manoj, you are absolutely correct. So here the correct answer is option number A, and as we know that from the past year, everything has actually shifted towards AI. Most of things, thumbnails are created by AI, videos are created by AI. Okay, so Bharat Vistar is a nationwide AI-powered voice first multilingual digital public infrastructure platform that provides farmers with real-time, location-specific agricultural advisories and access to various government schemes and agricultural sport events. So option number A is correct. But one more thing, phase 1 of Bharat Vistar integrates 10 major central schemes. I was talking about the scheme now. Here we have them: PM Kisan, PMFBY, Soil Health Card, Kisan Credit Card, that is known as KCC, Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, PM Krishi Sinchai Yojana, PM Asha, Modified Interest Subvention Scheme, Per Drop More Crop, and the Submission on Agricultural Mechanization. So that's important, and guys, please link it. Okay. Next we have this. This is the easiest question of the day. Let's see how many of you can answer this. Who among the following is not eligible to become the Vice President of India? Guys, mark my term, we are talking about not eligible. It's not asking about the eligible. So you can directly go with the option number A and you can just take the answer. No. Sir, that's absolutely right. So a person who classifies to be a member of Rajya Sabha, he can become the President of India. That's correct. So a person who is not less than 35 years of age, that's again correct. But a person who holds office of profit under the Government of India, how he can be the President of India? That's wrong, and that's what it is asked, which is not eligible. So option number C is not eligible. So C is the correct answer, right? So here, no person shall be eligible for the election as a president or as a vice president, and unless he is a citizen of India. That's very important. He must complete 35 years of age. He is qualified for election as a member of Council of States, and that's done. Next is in the astrophysics, what makes Lagrange point 1, that is L1, an ideal orbital location for space observatories studying the sun, such as Aditya L1 spacecraft? So you have four options. It is the point closest to the lunar surface where solar radiation is completely blocked by the regular eclipses. No. It experiences zero gravitational pull from any celestial body, allowing a spacecraft to remain completely motionless during drifting. No. Manoj, you are going to see. Okay, let me check. It provides a continuous, unobstructed view of sun without any occultation or Earth-induced eclipses, while requiring minimal fuel to it to maintain its position. Absolutely correct. So Manoj, yes, you are 100% correct. Here the correct answer is option number C. So here you must remember the that there are five Lagrange points, that is L1 through L5 in the Sun Earth system. L1 is actually preferred for solar monitoring missions. L2 point is located on the opposite side of the Earth, away from the Sun. Is preferred for deep uh, space infrared telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope. So here the correct answer was C. That's correct. Next. Okay, so that's from the books and authors. The non-fiction historical analysis book An Era of Darkness, the British Empire in India, which evaluates the economic destruction of Indian domestic manufacturing by East India Company, was authored by whom? So he is one of the most famous minister from the Indian National Congress, that is INC, and he has awesome vocab, and what a fluent English he talks. What a fluent English he speaks. And guys, I guess you know about him, and Manoj has already given the answer. You're absolutely correct. We're talking about Shashi Tharoor. So Shashi Tharoor is the correct answer. So the book won Sahitya Akademi Award in 2019. It provides an analysis of how British colonial policy systematically deindustrialized India's textile sectors and altered its traditional systems of governance. So, yep, Shashi Tharoor is the correct answer here. Next we have, what was the primary focus of the doctrine of lapse implemented aggressively by Lord Dalhousie during his tenure as Governor General of India? So guys, this doctrine of lapse was actually implemented in order to get all those uh, places in which there is no legal or natural hire. So if natural hire is not there, I mean, if the son is adopted, even then the empire will be taken by the government. So it's like if you are not having a male hire, that is the real male hire. So if it is adopted one, or if it is not there, your empire will be taken. So the stationing British troops in certain states, no. Creating a neutral buffer line of states around the Bengal, no. Annexing princely states if the ruler was incompetent or died without a natural male hire, that is option number C is the correct answer. And Manoj, no doubt about it, that's absolutely correct. So here we have lots of examples. You can talk about Rani Lakshmi Bai there. There are a lot of examples, right? So, yep, doctrine of lapse, we know about it. So, prominent states annexed during the doctrine of lapse included Satara, Sambalpur, Jhansi, Nagpur. The policy caused widespread resentment and was a major catalyst for the revolt of 1857. So there were other reasons also for the revolt of 1857, like Sikhs were not allowed to tie the turbans, uh, Muslims were not allowed to keep beards, Hindu were not allowed to put tikas. So there were a lot of things as well, but one of the reason for this revolt of 1857 was this also. Okay, so this is done. What's the next question? The next is here. What was the primary operational focus of the maiden edition of multilateral exercise Pragati 2026 conducted at Umroi, Meghalaya? So was it maritime anti-piracy operations and amphibious warfare? No. Was it high altitude warfare and glacier survival training? So guys, that's again wrong. Counter terrorism operations in semi-mountainous and jungle terrain. That's correct. So guys, again, Manoj, you're correct. See, no, this time C will be the answer, Manoj. Sorry to say, but this time C is the answer. In order to counter the terrorism operations in semi-mountainous and jungle terrain. So here we have different countries which are involved. So let me teach that also. So Pragati, which stands for Partnership of Regional Armies for Growth and Transformation in the Indian Ocean region, brought together more than 400 troops from India, Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, Maldives, Myanmar, Nepal, Philippines, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Laos. So the exercise was conducted in the spirit of equality, friendship, and mutual respect, providing a common platform for regional partners to exchange experiences, share best practices, and strengthen military to military cooperation. So, yep, here the correct answer was option number C. I guess C was there, no? Let me check. Yeah. So option number C is the correct answer. Next, what is the next question? The next question is in front of you and it's about the amendment. Okay, what's the question? By which constitutional amendment act was the subject of education officially transferred from the state list to the concurrent list, allowing both parliament and state legislatures to enact laws on it? Is it 24th Amendment Act? No. Is it 44th Amendment Act? Again, no. Is it 61st Amendment Act? Again, no. So, guys, what is it? Yeah, Manoj, absolutely correct. The correct answer is option number D, that is 42nd Amendment Act. Now, more about it. So, 46th Amendment, that is 1976, transferred 5 subjects including education, forest, weights, and measures from the state list to the concurrent list. Okay, so that's done. What's the next question? The next is about the Olympics. So which of the following which of the following statements about India's Olympic performance is correct? India has won more Olympic medals in hockey than any other sport. Guys, that's correct. No need to go with the other options. That's absolutely correct. The correct answer is option number A. Hockey is India's most successful Olympic sport, accounting for the largest share of the country's Olympic medals, including 8 gold medals. Okay, so India made its Olympic debut in 1900 but began participating regularly from 1920s. The country's golden era in Olympic hockey lasted from 1928 to 1956, during which India won 6 consecutive gold medals. And that's great. So basically 6 consecutive gold medals at that time. And then obviously we have total 8 as of now. But that's important. Okay, next. In the administrative hierarchy of the Mauryan Empire, which of the following officials was responsible for the collection of revenue and maintaining the state accounts? So option number A is Samrat. So yeah, Samartha would be the correct word. So Samartha, that is option number A, is the correct answer. So Samartha was the chancellor or the uh, exchequer, or we can say chief collector of revenue in the Mauryan administration, overseeing income and expenditure. So our understanding of the Mauryan administration relies heavily on the Kautilya's Arthashastra and Megasthenes, who wrote Indica. So Indica was written by Megasthenes, right? Which describes highly centralized and bureaucratic governance there. So here, option number A, absolutely correct, Manoj. No doubt about it. Next, which of the following groups of rivers entirely consists entirely of left bank tributaries of Godavari River? So is it Manjira, Manyad? No. Is it Bhim, Ghat Prabha? Again, no. So it will be Purna, Penganga, and Indravati. Arey wow, Manoj, that's great, man. So you know all the correct answers. That's great. So yes, Purna, Penganga, Vardha, then Vanganga, then Pranhita, Sabari, Indravati. These are the rivers which all flow into the Godavari from its northern, that is left bank, making them left bank tributaries. Godavari is the largest peninsular river in India, which is often referred to as Dakshin Ganga. Okay, next. Next we have, okay. So the question is, in which year was the Board of Control for Cricket in India formally registered under the Societies Registration Act, establishing its structure as the national governing body for cricket? Is it 1934, 47, 28, or 52? Guys, what should be the answer? Board of Control for Cricket in India, formally registered under the Societies Registration Act, establishing structure as the national governing body for cricket. So Manoj is going with D. See, that's correct. And at what location? At Madras, right? Which is known as Chennai in the present time. So yes, guys, that's Madras, 1928. So let me click here. So BCI was officially formed and registered in December 1928 in Madras, which is now Chennai, replacing the previous provisional cricket board, right? So R.E. De Mello was elected as the first honorary secretary of the BCCI, and R.E. Grant Govan became its president. Next. Next is, when was Vijayanagar kingdom established by Hariharan Bukka Rai? So Hariharan Bukka Rai, very famous topic when we were there in 7th standard. So it's 1336 and everyone can click this answer. So in 1336, Vijayanagar kingdom was established by Harihar and Bukka, who were two brothers and served in the army of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So they broke away from the Delhi Sultanate and established an independent state in present-day Karnataka and established the emergence of a regional state's capital city, Vijayanagar, on the banks of river Tungabhadra in 1336. Next, so that's done. Acha, I was discussing about one of the question in which we were linking with Sher Shah story, if you remember, right? So guys, now I have few things to discuss here. I was thinking to discuss this part here. Guys, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he was known as wise fool king. Do you know why? He actually from the he took the concept from the China and he tried to start the token money concept. And what happened? Those token monies were easily forged because of forging. There was issue, right, in the administration. So one issue was that. Second, why I was linking it with the Sher Shah Suri. So Sher Shah Suri actually built GT road, that is Grand Trunk Road, longest one. So now, if I talk about this road, when obviously this was very later, Sheshasuri's GT road was this made very later from this time span of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. But the point is, another reason why he was known as Wise Fool King, there was reason because he actually shifted his capital from Delhi to to Daulatabad. And then after a few days, he was like, "Arey, I am unable to control all the places from this location. I'll just shift my capital from Daulatabad to Delhi again." So people went there, they were just being settled. They were not settled also properly. And he was like, now we have to go back. And again, people had to travel back. So yes, he was known as the Fool King. So you must remember this term. It's asked in the examination. And because of the Delhi, I was linking with the both. So that's also done. Next we have, consider the following statements regarding the depreciation of currency and choose which of the following statement is or correct. Okay. The first one is, it is a decrease in the value of domestic currency as determined by the market forces of demand and supply. Second one is, it occurs only when country follows the fixed exchange rate system. So what do you think, guys? So see, it is a decrease in the value of domestic currency as determined by the market forces of demand and supply. That's correct. But how you can link it with this part? That it occurs only when the country will follow the fixed rate system? No. So here, Manoj, absolutely correct. We can go with option number one only. Only option number one is correct. So here, depreciation is possible only in the flexible system. And as in the fixed exchange system, the exchange rate is determined by the government. When some government action increases the exchange rate, so that's called devaluation. So here, the correct answer was option number D. That is option number one only. Then we have the Wangala festival, celebrated prominently by the Garo tribe in northeast India, is primarily dedicated to which of the following cultural aspects? So you have four options. So Manoj is saying something. Yeah, that's right. So welcoming the arrival of the migratory hornbill birds to the dense forest reserves, celebrating a military victory over historical Burmese invaders, commemorating the establishment of the tribal autonomous district councils, or marking the end of the agricultural year and honoring Saljong, the sun god of fertility. So guys, here the correct answer is going to be your option number D. That is, D is the correct answer. Yeah, so D is correct. So this festival is marked by the energetic beating of long oval shaped drums and synchronized dancing, making it one of the most vibrant cultural displays in the Northeast India. Okay, so this is again done. Acha, the festival associated with the Hornbill is in the Hornbill Festival of Nagaland, not Wangala, which was given in the other option. Okay, and the final question is, arrange the following landmark Supreme Court of India judgments in their correct chronological order. So that is from the earlier to the latest. Minerva Mills versus Union of India, Golaknath versus State of Punjab, Indra Shavne versus Union of India. So what should be the answer? Manoj is going with B. Manoj here see Golaknath versus State of Punjab will be at the first part. So and then we have Minerva Mills versus Union of India at the second, and Hindusani versus Union of India's third. So here the correct answer will be first, second, then one, and then three. So this time, Manoj, I'm sorry to say, but here the answer will be C. So the correct sequence, let me tell you the years. The Golaknath case took place in 1967, stating Parliament cannot abridge the fundamental rights. The Minerva Mills case occurred in 1980s, strengthening the judicial review and balancing the fundamental rights and directive principles of the state policy, that is DPSP. And in the Shawnee, that is Mandal case, occurred in 1992, upholding 27% OBC reservation and settling 50% cap. So here, yes, option number C was the correct answer. So yes, that's all from my end. And guys, as per Manoj's request and for as per everyone's request, now I have actually stopped taking those theoretical lectures on the YouTube, which we were taking from past 1 month. From tomorrow onwards, we will be practicing all important science questions in the evening at 5, which will be important for all the SSC and railway examinations. So you can meet me at the same channel at 5 daily in the evening. So tomorrow at 5 p.m. we'll discuss all those important questions from the science. And yes guys, do not worry, I have those animations, those images and everything that will be helpful in the selection. Fine. So we'll meet tomorrow now at 5 p.m. And as of now, if you want to join any of the paid batches, you can just go to the Oliveboard's website, and on the Oliveboard's website you'll find that their ranks AIR 1, 3, 4, 6, 14. So you can just go to the dashboard, and there you'll find SSC plus Railway Super Elite batch, which has both Hindi and English medium courses. It includes the test notes and the live classes, and in case you miss the classes, you'll get the recorded classes as well. So you can just click on the enroll now option, just click on that, and here you'll find a special code for the discount, that is super. So super code will give you 15% off, so you can just try, just click on it, you'll apply the coupon code, that is super. Let me write it for you. Yes, and once you'll apply, you'll get the maximum discount. So that's all from my end. And MCQs in the evening classes, Manoj, I'm saying. So actually today at 5 I'll be having the session on the Hindi channel. See, I have to discuss the live test in both Hindi and English medium channels. So today I'll be having there. So tomorrow at 5 you can join for the MCQs portion, right? So from tomorrow we'll start with the MCQs part along with the animations and all. So that's all from my end. We'll meet in the next class. Bye bye guys. Take care. Jai Hind. Love you all. For the examination, all the very best. Please take care.